Welcome back to season 31 of 7-Eleven Junior Hockey Magazine. I'm your host, Gino Reda. Time now for the CJHL Report. The Canadian Junior Hockey League brings together 115 teams in the 9 junior leagues involving over 2,500 players from right across the country. One of the newest teams in the CJHL is the Blackfalds Bulldogs in the Alberta Junior Hockey League. Now joining us is Bulldogs owner, president, and head coach, Doug Quinn. Doug, welcome to the show. Great to have you with us.
Well, it's nice to be here.
Where are the Blackfalds Bulldogs based? Give us a sense geographically of where you guys are.
Blackfalds is about 5 minutes outside of Red Deer, Alberta. So basically halfway between Edmonton and Calgary.
So you're right there, like moments away from the World Junior Hockey Championship, which has now been cut down to 50%. Give me a sense of what the feeling is in that community right now, having some of the best world junior talent in your own backyard for this week.
Well, people are definitely very excited to have the tournament here. It was supposed to be here last year, and so that was a bit of a disappointment. But a lot of my friends and people I know plan on attending the event. And yeah, it's a little bit disappointing that they've cut capacity, but it's still going to be amazing hockey to watch.
What about your club? Where are you guys? You guys are in your Christmas break right now, but where are you in terms of in the community and in terms of in the league, in terms of what you can play in front of?
Well, I just saw the new rules come out. So we can play probably up to a max of 1,000 people, half capacity. I think the one thing that we're trying to figure out is, some of the food and beverage and whether that can be served. Right. The rules just came out yesterday, so I really need to kind of dive in exactly what we can and can't do.
Because you got a lot of time on your hands right now. You got nothing else to do. You're the owner, general manager, head coach. How did you decide, out of all the things, all the places you could have invested your time, effort, and money, that having a franchise in the CJHL was the way to go?
Well, me and the group that I had coached with for a long time, we coached the midget AAA team in Red Deer for probably about 10 years, and we always kind of wanted to look at coaching at a higher level, and it just kind of fell in our lap that we acquired a franchise and basically started an expansion team in Blackfalds, and it was just something that we wanted to do. And then, my wife, Jody Schreiner, who's spent probably the last 13 years working with the Calgary Flames, she's been a huge part of this. And now it's something that we can do together. And for me, it's kind of been nice because, yes, I'm the coach and owner of the Blackfalds Bulldogs, but I'm still kept doing, I own an oil field service company, so I'm the president and owner of that too, so I have no free time.
What's the transition been like for you? What kind of things have caught you off guard or been pleasant surprises as you've gotten into this? Because it's one thing to run a AAA midget team, to come up to the CJHL, it's a whole different universe.
It was definitely a learning experience right at the start. We had no players, and so we basically had to recruit everybody. And with COVID, most times we were just looking at video. So 5 or 10 minutes of video here, we almost had to make a decision on players. And once we started our season, we quickly realized that we were way too young, and that was a bit of a wake-up call. So we had to make some changes, get a few older players. And then I also learned pretty quickly that the coaches are all very good, and they're professional coaches. And so me and my group, we had to kind of amp up our coaching skills very quickly.
We're in conversation right now with Blackfalds Bulldogs owner, president, and head coach, Doug Quinn. Doug, I got to point out that this didn't just fall in your lap. You've been doing this for many, many years, and you had a lot of success in midget hockey. You won 5 provincial titles, 3 Pacific Crowns, and 2 TELUS national championships as well. To what do you attribute all this success, apart from the obvious, your coaching skills?
Well, we definitely had a good group of kids. We never had the like the highest end, the top talent, but we had a lot of good players. And I think one of the things that we always did pretty good is building team. And we usually started our years a little bit slow, but by the end of the year, we really came together. And yeah, we were a tough team to play against. We worked hard, played good defense, and when you get into some of those big tournaments like the TELUS Cup, when you're playing 7 games in 7 days, you need to play everybody, and I felt that's what we did.
You battled through some stuff. Not only you transitioned now with a new young club, you guys also had to open the season with your first 20 games on the road because your arena complex was still being finished. What was that like, trying to adjust through that, and with kids now? Hey guys, our first 20 games are on the road.
That was definitely made it more difficult. At the start of the year, we really even had no consistent place even to practice. We were all over the place, and it was tough at the start. Us learning a new league, playing all our games on the road, but in some ways, I actually thought that it helped our team kind of bond and come together. And kind of once we got through it, I think we started our first home game. I think it was November 19th. So yeah, we've definitely played the hard part of the schedule, and now we're loaded up with a bunch of home games. So hopefully we can make a run here second half
and get the home crowd on your side.
Yes.
Look, you've been a part of Central Alberta's business community now for over 3 decades. You've been heavily involved in charity work. Great time of year to talk about that. How important has that aspect of it been for you in your contact with the community and involvement in the community in general, for yourself and for your players as well?
I think that's a huge part. I've always kind of believed that you give back to your community and support a lot of the local charities. And even when we're recruiting players, like one of the things that we talked about is that we wanted to develop the full individual. Like we didn't want our players just showing up here to play hockey. We wanted to make sure that that the fans and the community knew the players outside of the rink and with their helmets off. And so, we basically have created our own foundation. We have the players involved doing all kinds of community work. And I think that's a big part of the growth that these kids need. They need to understand that, hockey is just a very short-term part of your life, and you need to learn to develop those skills outside of hockey, and we feel that doing the volunteer work is a big part of that.
Doug, congratulations on all you've done. We appreciate your time. Happy holidays to you and your family. Stay safe and enjoy.
Oh, thanks, and have a happy holiday to you and your group.
That was Blackfalds Bulldog owner, president, and head coach Doug Quinn, and that wraps up this week's CJHL Report, the Canadian Junior Hockey League. Your future is here. Still inside 7-Eleven Junior Hockey Magazine, he represented Team Canada twice at the World Junior Hockey Championship, and now he's playing for the Columbus Blue Jackets. We'll check in with Boone Jenner in this week's edition of Where Are They Now? You're listening to Canada's only nationally syndicated junior hockey radio show. This is the Christmas edition of 7-Eleven Junior Hockey Magazine. And don't forget, you can listen and subscribe to the complete podcast by checking out any of your favorite podcast platforms.